Hey guys, Sam, CMO of Polyhedra here. Welcome to the Polyhedra Show. Today I'm here with my good friend and the CTO, co-founder of Polyhedra, TC. How you doing, TC?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm
How are you
good,
doing?
man. Good. It's been a while since you and I jumped on together, so
Yeah.
I always love talking with you, man. So I'm happy to be here. So yeah, today, I mean, we've been cooking. As you guys know, we've just released our test net of Okash, and have mainnet alpha coming soon. So I wanted to dive in a bit more into some hot topics around private transactions, and yeah, I guess I'll kick it off, TC, about financial overexposure in crypto. So the reference article for this is the CoinDesk crypto's transparency problem. Users are exposed by default, and I just wanted to kind of clarify that with you. So crypto today exposes every transaction you make. Why is financial privacy becoming essential again, and why shouldn't it be seen as something only bad actors want?
Well, cryptocurrency has reached a point where it need to be in a bigger market, right? And the blocker of that thing is privacy, where current public chains are fully transparent. Uh, Due to this feature, no financial institution want to use it, and no, it limits the regular use by the individual. Uh, that's why we try to launch this product, and it's become very essential to have another feature which is called auditability, uh, where this feature essentially prevent bad actors from using our product. And so basically it's secure our own platform, our own product from getting prosecuted by the government. So
No,
yeah.
understood. Yeah, and I mean, I like, I think we take it for granted in traditional finance that we have privacy, right? Like,
Right.
you can't go online and look at how much I have in my bank account. I can't, I can't monitor what your transactions are. So, I think privacy has nothing to do with bad actors. It's almost just, it's just a, a right. I think it's just a human right,
Yeah.
basically, that
It should
we,
be, it should be.
yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy that crypto's been, based around complete transparency. It's just, yeah, it's insane. And I think from my perspective, the next steps need, this private but audible solution. So yeah, man, thank you for answering
Well,
that.
that, that specific transparency is the basis of smart contract, right? Need
Mm,
uh, every for example the consensus. Well, it
mm.
need to be transparent in some way so that all of these mechanisms can work. And these mechanisms are very very powerful, and it can be a fully automation of social policies
Mm.
in the end game. So
Yeah,
think about
absolutely.
this.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't need to have judges. Well, all of these consensus participants will judge events for you. That's
Mm,
great because it's automatic. It's
mm,
fully automatic.
mm,
But we
mm,
haven't been there so far because it's very hard to program laws.
mm.
Yeah, it's very hard.
I like that. I like that. All right, man. So the next one we've kind of just touched on, but not really the kind of question I want to ask. But this was a great article in in the
Kind of
in the
article.
media Bankless, which was titled "Privacy Isn't About Hiding; It's About Protection." Um, traditional banking protect. As we were just discussing, traditional banking protects your privacy by default. Um, you know, why has crypto normalized public spending histories, and why is that becoming unsafe for everyday users? And I have some thoughts on this as well, but if you want to kick us off.
Well, what's your thought on that?
I mean, yeah, I think it's like I just see, hear, read. I know individuals, in my personal circle that have been actually targeted. That have had bad actors,
See.
threaten them, based on following their wallet history. There was just a really good example that happened in Vancouver, Canada, of not even a crypto OG, just a tech entrepreneur that was targeted, for his crypto holdings, and yeah,
He
it's
did.
it's it's a dangerous. I mean, this is just one of the use cases, but it is, as you mentioned, as more institutions, especially high net worth and other people want to diversify their assets into crypto, um, and also into kind of self custody and not be working with middle managers and whatnot. There needs to be there needs to be there needs to be better solutions. Like, a lot of people are using middlemen to
Hmm.
hold their crypto,
Yeah.
because they're worried about these, almost like, you know, just they're using mixers, but just with a middleman who are taking fees. So they're still, the transactions are still being clouded and still being diverted from their personal wallets. But, that's also not efficient. That's why I think, what we've built with Okash gives a lot more flexibility and ownership to the user. So that's, because you don't want that to happen. I think there's more, there's always going to be bad actors in the space, but yeah, in anything that's exceptionally, especially where there's financial gain. But I'm hoping can Okash can yeah, give more flexibility to people that are serious about diversifying their assets with crypto.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's totally true. I mean, protect all of these innocent individuals is basically what privacy do, right?
Hmm.
Um, well, I think
Was
we'll
that
answer the
like
question.
when you got involved? When you got involved
Yeah.
in
Sorry?
So when you got involved, I mean, I know you've been studying. How long have you been studying zero knowledge proofs for now? Over 10 years, right?
No, it's been maybe 7 or 8 years.
7 or 8 years. So what attracted to you? You know, you weren't attracted to this space. I know you very well. I mean, you've got so much integrity. You weren't attracted to this space because you thought the technology would be useful for bad actors. Like, you were attracted to it,
Mhm.
you know, from our conversations, I feel you were attracted to zero knowledge
Well,
proof, to the transparency and,
I just,
good it can do.
I, yeah. Well, the real answer should be I'm just interested by this combinatorial problem, mathematical problem,
Mm.
and yeah, I don't like the. To be fair, I don't quite like the privacy part of it. because it's almost used by bad actors in the past few years.
Mhm.
Zero knowledge proofs actually. So I mean, auditability and transparent part is quite interesting.
Mm.
It comes from the fact that it comes from research of delegated computing, where you basically the setting is okay. I have a very small device, and I have a super large computation work. I need to delegate it to somebody else who have the power to compute it. But I don't trust him. I don't trust that third party. How do I verify the result? Well, I think that's a more important part of the technology proofs, where
Mm.
I delegate my work. So basically, I can verify somebody for some statement, right? Uh, where here audibility, I mean, great, right? You can define your own policy, and you can ask, okay, whether this set of transaction, this guy satisfies this policy, and only this guy can answer you, because you don't have the private data.
Yeah, makes
So
sense.
that's yeah, that's why the auditability comes from this zero knowledge proofs. Because I hate the name. I actually hate the name. It's not only zero knowledge and the transparent or whatever auditable proofs.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, it's funny.
yeah,
We can't change the name. It's
yeah, we can't
like
change it.
I know.
It's
I
it's been
feel. I feel your
it's been more
frustration.
than it's been more than 40 years for that.
Exactly, exactly. Um, yeah, but I mean, people don't know that, right? People think this is a new technology, but obviously we're just taking old technology or developed
It's very,
technology and trying to apply, use cases to it.
it's very old.
It's very old. Right on. Okay. The next
1986,
one.
I think it was the first introduced in 1986.
That's what year I was born.
Oh,
So yeah, that's maybe why I work in,
yeah,
maybe that's why I work in this industry, right? You know. I don't know about that. All right. So
yeah. Let's go.
the next article was, great, a great article actually, and this is in Fortune magazine, and the article was titled "The Next Wave of Crypto Privacy Will Be Compliant by Design."
Yeah.
So, which I think that's showing Fortune. Obviously, it's not a crypto publication. This is a global leader in technology. Are talking about this, which made me pretty excited. And the question I want to kind of get into with you is, we're now seeing systems that keep transactions private but make them auditable when legally required, like Okash. Why is this balance such a breakthrough for both users and regulators?
Hmm. Well, we use both part of zero knowledge proofs. That's why it's a balance, right? We use private part for users, where we protect user. We kind of all of their transaction is private forever if they do not violate any policy. And we benefit regulators because they can define policy, and they can whatever try to punish those guys, those users who violate this policy. And, but of course, this policy will be transparent, right?
Absolutely. And I mean, and that I think that's, you know, when people or some people always say, "Oh, I want to stay away from regulation," but regulation in most cases is there to protect you. So I think that was a great point that you just made. If you don't do anything wrong, your transactions will stay private. You know,
Yeah.
it's like in traditional finance. The government doesn't want access to check your bank account unless you know unless a court they get a court order to do so. So
Yeah,
it's
sort
not
of.
like, I think that should be really highlighted. It's like, again, it's debunking the myth of, auditability. Auditability is another, it's another test and tried kind of format that will hopefully help. I think we all, as people in this industry, we're desperate for more users. Like, I'm hoping platforms like Okash can provide the security but compliance needed, so people start utilizing, stable coins. Stable coins in particular, I just think are so much better. I love that I could just log on now and send you money and it be there with minimal fees and arrive very fast. Using banks and using, especially for cross-border transactions, it's horrible. It's horrible. So I'm hoping that Okash, tools like Okash, can, obviously bring in more. We're desperate for more liquidity and more new users in the industry, and I'm hoping that this amazing new product coming from years of your research can hopefully achieve that.
Yeah.
Great, man. And I know, like, we've been discussing, and that this kind of all starts coming together. It seems like stablecoin rails make the most sense for the age of AI, and especially agentic commerce and other use cases for AI commerce. I just wanted to ask a couple of questions. Just about, I know we're still, obviously we have Polyhedra ID, and we're working hard, to bring our kind of verifiable AI layer to light in 2026, which, I'm just so excited about, and it's becoming more and more necessary by the day as AI agents especially become a bigger part of our lives. I read this article last week, and I just wanted to get your take on it. It was from the MIT Technology Review, and the article was called "AI Systems Are Becoming Too Complex to Trust Without Verification." And I love the MIT review. I get a lot of my information from there. I think it's really well written. And the question was, is around, we're hearing more experts say AI needs a verification layer, just like the internet needed security. What does verifiable AI's infrastructure actually mean for the next 5 to 10 years?
It basically means, okay, we finally have some. It's a required piece for AI agent to actively do things online, because without this verifiable infrastructure, AI agent can do arbitrary things without any auditability. So they can do very destructive thing without getting punished. Nobody wants that. And with this kind of verifiable AI infrastructure, we are building responsible agents, where everything online will be auditable, and everything online will be secure, because you will not get hacked by just change your AI's output. So it will not only offer you auditability, and most importantly, it will offer you the security that traditional internet offers. For example, if you are currently browsing the internet, right? You're looking at, for example, Twitter's, and you're looking at your bank account. Maybe the underlying mechanism protects that okay, you are actually receiving information from, for example, from the bank or from the X.com. It's called TLS, transport layer security. And our thing, so verifiable AI, did similar stuff for AI agent. So we protect the we offer a layer of protection that AI output well cannot be changed by malicious actors, and its output it will be so by this feature you get what you get is you get okay you can trust your output, and secondly you can audit the source, right? You can, for example, if you try you choose to use OpenAI, and our sort of transport layer security, the way for AI, will first guarantee you the output is actually coming from OpenAI. It's not coming from some malicious hacked result.
I think we lost him. But yeah, just to double down there, it's yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the problems that we've been building for aren't mainstream accepted yet, and that's why I'm so bullish on where this technology can take us. Um, I did a LinkedIn post about it, but the recent um, deep dive that Anthropic, who seem to be taking AI security, very seriously. They have an internal team working on cryptography and similar types of methods that TC and the team here at Polyhedra are. Yeah, but I think there is going to be a time where verifiability is absolutely necessary. Um, especially yeah, especially where there's things like robots and 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 other mission critical um, industries such as healthcare and even finance. I'll bring TC. I'll bring TC back
I'm
back
so
in.
sorry
No worries at all, man.
I'm so sorry for oh where did I lost?
I think when you were talking about that people should have the right to be able to check if OpenAI they're actually using the
Well,
correct model.
yeah, I believe I talked a lot of shit. It's too long. It's too long
All good, man. We don't need to go into
for
that,
our
but
audience.
I just really think it's such a anyone that I talk to, and we're fortunate that we've been able to talk to people at OpenAI and NVIDIA and Google and whatnot. They all get it. They all understand that there needs to be a verifiable layer, and yeah, for me and I was just talking when you were offline. It's just it's a matter of time before these technologies are going to be forced to be implemented. Um, it's another. I think it's another something that we take for granted. In we take cybersecurity for granted, but then obviously it's a huge industry. Look at Palo Alto Networks valuation. So or look at how big cybersecurity is. So I just think there's a massive market opportunity for us, and yeah, I just wanted to get that.
Hmm.
I feel we've been shouting off the rooftops for 12 months about how exciting this industry is, and then seeing the MIT review, you know, the MIT review article was just like, I need to talk to TC about this. So, yeah. All right, man. I think we'll just ask. There's just one more question. This is back to Okash. A lot of the community are asking, how does EXP chain fit into Okash? Could you please just explain that?
Well, it's for, I mean, EXP chain may enable more efficient zero proof verifier, and we can change to, so basically we can have a more efficient proofs, and we can fit our thing to weaker devices like your phone. That's what we are trying to work.
Mm,
So currently, I don't think we a low tier phone can run our product. It's basically we are requiring a substantial computation resource to calculate all of these proofs. And I think with EXP chain, okay, we can save a lot of resource, and we are working on that.
I
So
love it, man.
so the aim is, okay, we want to lower the entry barrier for our protocol. Right now, I think we still require either a high end phone or a personal computer to run the protocol.
Mm,
It's quite a high entry barrier.
sure.
Yeah,
No, I understand, man.
and we are rolling out some updates in the future. I mean, future 2 months. Yeah,
Great. All right. All right, bro. Well, great. Thank you so much for your time today. And
yeah, that's it.
it was really nice to talk to you and speak to the community. And yeah, let's keep going, man. Nearly 2026. I know, this year's been a roller coaster, but I'm excited. So thank you for everyone listening. And TC and
Uh-huh.
myself will see you guys
Sure.
very soon. Peace.